Why am I always suffering? You wake up with a heaviness you can't name. You go through the day, do what's expected, and at night you lie in the dark and feel it again. That quiet ache no distraction can touch. It's not about a single event. It's older than that, deeper. You may have tried everything, success, relationships, even prayer, but the ache returns. And there's a voice inside you that whispers, "Is something wrong with me?" What if the ache isn't a wound, but a memory? Psychologists have a term for a similar feeling: existential isolation. The sense that no matter how close you get to others, something still feels separate, unfinished. It's not a disorder. It's a quiet knowing that life was supposed to be more. You may be the kind of person who feels homesick without knowing for what. You've succeeded and still felt empty. You've loved and still felt alone. Nothing fixes it, because nothing here was meant to fix it. But Rumi said this feeling isn't a breakdown. It's the first honest note of a song you've been trying to forget. Rumi didn't begin his greatest work with an answer. He began with a cry. To understand why you keep suffering, you have to hear the reed flute. The Masnavi opens with a reed flute torn from the reed bed, and the first sound it makes isn't music. It's a lament, a cry of separation. It sings, "Listen to this reed, how it complains, telling the tale of separations." Its pain is not an illness. It's a confession. I was with the beloved, and now I am not. Rumi wasn't talking about a flute. He was talking about you. Your suffering isn't random punishment. It's the soul's memory of a wholeness it once knew. You were cut from a source, and every ache, every longing, every midnight tear is the echo of that separation. You suffer because you remember, even if your mind has forgotten. The reed flute cries because it remembers the reed bed. So do you. But remembering is only half of what the reed knows. Rumi teaches that suffering is the sharp grace that polishes the mirror of the heart. Without the ache, you'd stay asleep, clinging to things that were never your home. Pain doesn't mean you're lost. Pain means you're paying attention. It's the compass pointing back to the one you were separated from. The reed doesn't cry because it's broken. It cries because it knows there's a reed bed somewhere, and this isn't it. Most people spend their lives trying to silence the flute. Rumi spent his life learning to listen to it. Which one are you right now? Still silencing it, or finally listening? Tell me below. What if your suffering isn't asking to be fixed, but asking to be heard? What if it's the only language your soul has left to remind you that you belong somewhere else? The reed flute cries because it remembers the reed bed. So do you. If you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who thinks deeply. That's rare. If you'd like to continue this journey together, subscribe. These conversations are better when they find the people who actually need them. What if your suffering isn't a curse, but a call back home? Next time we'll explore what happens when you stop running from the ache and let it speak. The flute has been playing your whole life. Maybe it's time you stopped covering your ears.